Welcome to The Shoreline, brought to you by Shores and Islands, Ohio, where finding your Lake Erie love is a sure thing. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Jill Bauer, PR Manager for Shores and Islands, Ohio. We bring you The Shoreline every week to give you the inside scoop on what's happening here in our island and coastal communities. Well, we've made it to February, folks. Thanks for being here as always, but especially through these last few chilly weeks. The ice fishermen sure are loving it. If you're not local and you're curious as to what the weather is doing, or maybe you are local and you're just wondering what a frozen Lake Erie looks like, check out our 10 different webcams. You can catch a live view of the Marblehead Lighthouse, downtown Sandusky, see what a frozen island looks like with the Put in Bay Harbor cam, or sometimes you can even watch ice fishermen from the Catawba Island cam. All of those webcams are viewable under the Webcams tab at shoresandislands.com. February also brings a lot of events to our calendar, that's for sure. If you love winter and you want to embrace it, check out 2 events happening this coming weekend. Catawba Ice Shove is a new weekend event, February 6th through 8th at Gideon Owen Winery, featuring ice sculptures and a late-night speakeasy vibes. Similarly, the 17th Annual Ice Affair is happening in Vermilion on Saturday, February 7th, with more than 50 ice sculptures, demonstrations, a kids' ice playground, plus the iconic Fire and Ice Show to close out the event. Or if you're ready to kiss winter goodbye, you might prefer the Burning Snowman Festival, which takes place at the end of the month in Port Clinton. It's going to be on February 28th. This indoor and outdoor music festival features a ton of great bands and concludes with the burning of a 25-foot snowman effigy on the beach. For event details, go to shoresandislands.com and click on the Events tab at the top. And if you love music, you're going to love today's episode, which is also this month's sponsor of The Shoreline. This August, turn your summer road trip into something unforgettable at the Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Trip in downtown Port Clinton, Ohio. Happening August 1st, this one-day festival blends live rockabilly music, classic cars, vintage style, and lakeside energy along Lake Erie. Make a weekend of it with local food, shopping, and waterfront views, all in the heart of Shores and Islands, Ohio. Start planning your getaway now at shoresandislands.com. Here to tell us all about this new music festival today are 2 of the event's organizers, Nicole DeFreitas and Alex Sandstrom. Nicole is a realtor and a broker by day, and Alex is a clinical pharmacist, so I cannot wait to find out what brought these 2 folks together to create a rockabilly festival of all things. Welcome to The Shoreline, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. We're excited.
Oh, we are as well. It's a fun first-time event. It's a fun new concept. So let's start with the basics. Tell us just what exactly is the Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Trip, and how did you guys come up with this idea in the first place?
Okay. So my band, the Palatinos, is a rockabilly band that started back in 2015, and we play several venues in Port Clinton fairly regularly. So the concept was originally to get Reverend Horton Heat, which is a modern day rockabilly / psychobilly artist out of Texas. And we reached out to their management group, and things were looking like we were going to get them. But then they were potentially making other plans to other parts of the world. We then reached out to another artist in the same management group, Wayne Hancock, who is a special guest at this festival now. And he's a Western swing artist. He's been around a while, sort of a Americana legend, if you will. And then another artist named Deke Dickerson, who is also a Western swing artist, lives in Los Angeles. And then we sort of built the festival around those. They were headliners at the time. They're still part of the festival. Then after we got those 2 headliners, then we got some regional artists, some bands out of Detroit and other places, Nashville. Originally, we were not intending for this to be so big, but it just kept growing organically. And come full circle, just a few weeks ago, we're contacted by the same management group asking if we were still interested in having Reverend Horton Heat. Now Reverend Horton Heat, the original artist that we wanted, is now the headliner. So that's where we're at now with that.
Wow, that is an absolutely amazing twist of fate there. You started out small and ended up with the guy you wanted, the band you wanted in the first place. So that's amazing. So rockabilly is kind of a culture. It's not just the music. So what other elements are going to be a part of this festival beyond the live music? I've seen things about like fashion and cars and tell us more.
Yes, absolutely. So rockabilly is in my opinion, the purest form of rock and roll. It incorporates elements of Western swing, rhythm and blues, country, a little bit of jazz, and the Billy part of it comes from hillbilly music. And so all of those things, and even jump blues and boogie woogie swing, all of those things go into rockabilly. So it's sort of like the traditional rockabilly bands were a trio, an upright bass, an acoustic guitar, and an electric guitar. And then instead of having like a acoustic guitar, you might have a drummer. But a lot of these early rockabilly artists didn't have percussion in the form of drums. It was the upright bass was both bass and rhythm. So yeah, so that's basically what the music is. But then you're right about the other elements. There's the classic cars, the pinup pageants, the pinup girls, that kind of thing. But under a larger umbrella of music, there are side genres like surf and Western swing, even some punk. So the headliner of our festival, who is now Reverend Horton Heat, is more of psychobilly, which is like rockabilly, but a little edgier. And so there's all kinds of things like that. And then also in the culture would be tiki culture. So you like Polynesian escapism, that kind of thing. So it's really sort of an eclectic mix, and people that are into rockabilly are very passionate about the music. It's a great community, and they for Viva Las Vegas, which is the largest rockabilly festival in the world that's held in Las Vegas every year around Easter. That's where people go, and it's a 4-day festival, and they have all of the same kind of things. But what we're doing is sort of like a much smaller version of that. Well, I think the Great Lakes area is a great place to have it because there's sort of like a scarcity in this part of the country. So I think we're really hitting on something that is needed.
I was just going to ask Alex, have you been to that festival in Las Vegas?
Yes, I've been there 3 times, and I've met a lot of people who I've become friends with, and a lot of people from Canada. There's a big rockabilly scene in Canada as well as other parts of the world. Finland is another country that has a strong rockabilly community.
Well, I don't know if we're going to pull from Finland, but I think we can get folks from Canada to come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're drawn from, so obviously like the Great Lakes Rockabilly road trip, we were kind of pulling in that nostalgia road trip Midwest that we all grew up with, and Shores and Islands, we looked at a 5-hour drive time, and there's just such a huge population that would be able to drive in for this event. And so that was kind of our target audience, which it still is. But as ticket sales are coming in, we're having people from California and Arizona, New Hampshire, Florida.
Really?
They're all flying in because somehow, and I give credit to Alex because he's the one with the rockabilly background. He's like created just this monster lineup of rockabilly artists that people are, they're even saying, wow, the Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Trip has even a better lineup than Viva Las Vegas this year. And so we're coming out our first year event, swinging on this and kind of staking our claim as a premier event here in the Midwest. So that's kind of was our goal, and I think we've accomplished that. So
wow. So far, it sounds like it's really taking off, and we can expect great things. Now, you guys have a lot of bands lined up for it. Are there other elements, like things that people will be able to do when they come to the festival?
yeah, we're partnering with the Port Clinton Chamber of Commerce. So their annual, I believe it's this year will be their 33rd annual car show. So we're partnering with them. And thanks to the city of Port Clinton, they've allowed us to expand some of the road closures. So we're going to be able to add like 100 to 150 additional vehicles in the car show. So this is going to be a huge.
That is huge. Wow.
So I think they already do about 150. So we're looking at roughly about 250 cars. And that's the big thing with this Rockabilly community, is that they want to bring their cars and they travel in them. And so we've seen some pictures on our Facebook page of cars people are bringing, and they're just unbelievable. So just that element of the festival, we're excited to bring to the community, because that will be, open to everybody to come down and stroll around downtown and be part of the Chambers Car Show. We also have food trucks that will be coming in. We have vendors. We're carefully curating who comes in to really, stay in the realm of rockabilly and tiki and make it a very authentic experience, because that's this demographic that travels for this. That's what they're seeking, is an authentic experience. We're really excited about the outpouring of support. And, I come to this with an event management background, but I really didn't have a big knowledge of this rockabilly thing. Alex, just knowing his band and kind of meeting through mutual friends, I've learned to appreciate the culture. And it's, these people are passionate and they will travel. They spend money when they travel. It's a, 45 to 65 year age demographic. So it's going to be a super fun weekend, and we can't wait to see everybody come in.
Oh my gosh, it really sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And Alex, you mentioned some of the bands. Obviously, you got your headliner that you initially wanted. So what are some of the other bands that people maybe have heard of if they're fans, or will learn about when they come to the event?
So we have Reverend Hortonita as our headliner, and special guests Wayne Hancock and Deke Dickerson. Wayne Hancock is a Western swing artist out of Texas, and Deke Dickerson is a well-known Western swing artist as well out of Los Angeles, and he is at Viva Las Vegas every year. My band, the Palatinos, will be there. Jane Rose and the Dead Ends. Sebastian Bordeaux, who is out of Nashville and was formerly in Wayne Hancock's band in the past. Kitten and the Tonics, which is a surf band. The High Views, which is a Detroit rockabilly band. Bathurst, which is out of Detroit, and they're sort of like the Cramps. And we have the Volcanoes, another surf band. Atomic Bombcats, an Ann Arbor / Ypsilanti rockabilly band. The Madison Crawl, which is a rockabilly band out of Cleveland, and the Tentacles, which is a well-known surf band, and DJ Del Virial, who is the MC at Viva Las Vegas every year, and he lives in Ann Arbor, and he is the country's biggest rockabilly DJ. He's coming down to MC this, and we have a pinup pageant, which is a collaboration between Flamingo Vintage out of Detroit and Vehicle City Vixens, which is a pinup pageant coordinator.
And that's happening during the festival as well?
Yeah, there'll be about 30 minutes to an hour of pinup pageant, about 20 contestants.
And the other exciting thing is there's a TV series, right, Alex, that's being done, I believe, for Amazon?
My understanding is that through Vehicle City Vixens, there is a gentleman that's going to be filming the pinup pageant portion of it for a documentary that will be on Amazon in the future. But while that person is there, they will also be filming other parts of the festival. So as far as I know, we can expect a pretty good portion of the festival to be included in the documentary.
That's very exciting.
Right.
It sounds like you have quite the lineup of bands coming in. Who does the festival appeal to? What is the fandom like? Or if somebody maybe is new to it, who do you expect coming in for this?
So on average, it probably weighs, 60% male, 40% female. Like I said before, there tend to be 45 to 65 is the age demographic coming in. And they just love the culture and just the the style, the dancing is a big part of this. So jitterbug and all that kind of stuff that they do. And so, it's going to be a super fun day to just people watch, and, they're going to be dressed up and to see the classic cars. They're very passionate and will travel for these festivals. So it's a great, audience for us to bring into the Shores and Islands area to expose them to everything that we have here that, because they may not have otherwise been drawn here, but super excited to highlight downtown Port Clinton.
You've got the word road trip right in the title of the event. So we know people are going to road trip in. What are you hoping that they'll do? Like, will they turn it into a whole weekend getaway and maybe explore some of the region? How are you marketing it?
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping that they'll come in. We've been encouraging people to book hotels and Airbnbs early just because it is a popular vacation destination. So we know that people have been booking. And, we hope that they'll come in Friday night. We're going to have a welcome party for, ticket holders. Want to mention our great partners on this project, too. The Gristmill Open Container Bar. So those two stages will be some of the daytime stages that we'll be using. And then the parking lot across the street from the Gristmill, that will be where it'll be turned into the main festival area. So we have staging coming in, and that parking lot's just going to be transformed into Rockabilly Central. So we hope people come in Friday night, stay for the weekend, and, maybe hit the beach or Put in Bay for the America 250 event that's over there on Sunday.
Oh, that's right, on August 2nd.
The Arts in the Park in Port Clinton on that Saturday and Sunday. It's a great weekend, and that, can appeal to lots of people. And so even if, a husband is into rockabilly and the wife is into sitting at the beach, drinking a cocktail at Beachfront Resort, then, we got it covered for everybody.
We do. We certainly do. We've got a little bit of something for everyone. What do people need to know before they arrive? Like, how do you get tickets? How much do they cost? What is that situation like?
So they can go on Eventbrite to purchase tickets. So we have a general admission ticket that is $45. So that gets you, access to the 13 bands, the vendors, the festival area, the pinup pageant. We also have a VIP ticket for $150. So that will get them access to the front of the stages, some rooftop access at the Gristmill and Open Container Bar. And at the end, the festival goes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And we're going to keep the party going for the VIPs at the Three-Legged Dog. And that's where we're going to be throwing a huge VIP party. And hopefully we'll have some of the bands in there jamming. And it's only very limited tickets for that. We only have 150 tickets for the VIP party, and we've sold quite a bit already. But that's going to be just a great way to just wrap up the evening at that.
It sounds like you have a lot of local support. What's the reception like? Do you feel like the people that are hearing about it are excited about this coming in?
Yeah, for sure. Alex and I met with the city of Port Clinton, who's always supportive of events coming in, and they are willing to do, what they can do to help us with this. And the business community, I've been talking to people, and that some of them like, yep, we've already started researching and seeing what we should get in our stores to make sure that the people in for the weekend have what things to buy. And just the bar owners have just been great. And Alex, I'm sure you have felt the same.
Oh, yes. And what I found was really encouraging is that in less than 30 days of creating the Facebook page, we have 5,000 followers. Yeah, it's just exceeded my expectations personally. It's really unbelievable how quickly it blew up like that.
That's amazing. So if this first year is a success, what is your vision for the long term? Do you think this is going to be growing even more and coming back?
Yeah, we've talked about doing this annually.
But we also like the flexibility that it gives us, because we've had a lot of people actually reach out like, when are you going to bring the road trip to our community? And we've had people from Montana reach out. We've had them from Nashville, just all over the place wanting, us to road trip to their area. So we think it's a unique concept that could grow into something pretty cool. But yeah, our goal is to, make this an annual event. Although Alex and I kind of messed up by getting every single biggest rockabilly band we could get in first year, but
well, we're gonna treat them amazing while they're here, all of the musicians, and they're gonna want to come back. So
yeah, I mean, we have had so many bands reach out to us. It's just been overwhelming of people wanting to be part of this.
I have to ask, and I'm surprised I didn't ask this earlier, Alex. So the band that you're in, what is the makeup of that, and what do you play?
Sure. So I am the lead guitarist and founder of the band, and it's a 5-piece. So it's myself on guitar, a vocalist, a drummer, an upright bass player, and a saxophone player.
Oh, very cool. A saxophone. I love that. How does rockabilly compare or translate from bluegrass? Because my grandpa played an upright bass in a bluegrass band. Is that something that maybe evolved from that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's where the hillbilly part of it comes from.
Yeah.
Because Appalachia, the bluegrass community there, and so you'd have, although there's not typically banjos in rockabilly, but certainly the influence, some of the vocal phrasings and styles came from that. So in country specifically, early country.
Oh my gosh, this sounds like it's going to be quite an event and a lot to look forward to. If somebody's on the fence about attending, give us your elevator pitch. Why do they need to put August 1st on their calendar and plan a trip to the Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Fest?
So I think that our festival offers a little something for everyone. Being that there are 13 different bands, everybody can find something that appeals to them. It might introduce them to something they didn't even know that they would like. And then plus you've got a car show. So if you're into classic cars, you can enjoy that. There's the pinup pageant. There's all the different types of vendors. So on the same day, there's a art fair down the road. And so I think that we might get some traffic from the art fair. So I think that people who are into the arts might naturally migrate to where there's great music. So I think we have a unique experience for a variety of tastes.
It sounds like it's going to be a really fun event, and I wish you guys much success. I really hope that we can keep this going and lots of people come in for it. Nicole, tell us, where can people get more information and how do they buy tickets?
So they can go to our Facebook page, which is Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Trip Music Festival. So we post on that pretty frequently. We're also on Instagram. They can go on to Eventbrite. They are the ticketing partner on this and purchase tickets. So they would just search, Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Trip in Port Clinton, Ohio, and we will come up. We just encourage everybody to come out, do something different, learn a little bit about a different style of music that maybe you're not familiar with. It ties in great with America's 250th birthday this year also. And, just learn a little bit about time that I think everybody longs for in kind of a chaotic world right now. So it's just going to be a fun day. And just in regards to Alex's band that we were talking about, the Palatinos, they'll be playing at the Port Clinton District stage on July 16th.
Ooh, like a little preview.
Yeah, so they'll be doing like a little pop-up show on Thursday night there. So that'll give you a good taste of what to expect. So if anybody's, on the fence as we get closer, pop down July 16th and you can see the Palatinos in action. And they always put on a great show.
I'd like to add that the Palatinos recently just dropped 2 singles, which are available on most streaming media services, including Spotify. So you could check out our music there.
That's awesome, Alex. So let's take a minute here and let's listen to one of your latest songs. It's the Palatinos.
turns. Lesson paid but never learned. In that order, in that order. Heartache rolls like a tape recorder. Spins and skips and hits rewind. She came and went and left me blind. She told every promise cracked and cold. Left me here just growing old. In that order, truth be told. In that order. Heartache rolls like a tape recorder. Spins and skips and hits rewind. She came and went and left me blind.
So that was Alex's band, the Palatinos, and you can catch them at the Rockabilly Road Trip Festival coming up. That was some great stuff.
The cool thing with what the Palatinos did is Alex wrote the songs, with his bandmates, and we partnered with Tara State Community College and their music program there. And so that's where the singles are being recorded. And so it's, it's just been a great community partnership, bringing all these talented people together to create this amazing music and bring it locally. So we were very excited about that partnership, and we look forward to additional recordings that they're working on. And hopefully by the festival, Alex and the Palatinos, they'll have some vinyls there to purchase, and there'll be other merchandise. So it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. And I also was I was one of those on the fence people. I wasn't really sure what Rockabilly was all about, but you guys got me convinced. I can't wait to go down and check it out.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today, Nicole and Alex.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Special thanks to Alex Stanstrom and Nicole DeFreitas of the Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Trip Music Festival for joining me today. And a reminder that all of February's episodes are brought to you by the Great Lakes Rockabilly Road Trip, coming this August to Port Clinton. As always, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss a minute of the action here in Shores and Islands, Ohio. You can find more information, including past episodes of the podcast, online at shoresandislands.com. We will see you next time on The Shoreline.